this week, now the foundation of all our practice is always going to be grounding, so we've been doing that the last couple of weeks. But this week we're going to introduce the idea of space and creating space. So when we're stressed and anxious, and I don't know if this has been your experience, but it's definitely been part of my experiences, that I feel quite trapped and a bit pushed down, like everything just feels a bit contracted, you draw a bit inwards. I'm not really that interested in stuff, having to do stuff, and even that adds to the level of stress and things, because my window of tolerance for stuff is just maybe a little bit smaller. And that's because we're in that fight and flight, and so we've not got the energy sometimes to look outwards. But actually, that can be really helpful. So just a little bit of psychoeducation today, because I can't help myself, but it's because knowing this has helped me to do what I needed to do to help myself. So when we are feeling safe, we're in that rest and digest nervous system, we're chilling, everyone's pretty, rolling, we more naturally engage socially. And there's this theory called the polyvagal theory, you might have heard, it's kind of quite big in wellness, the health and wellness kind of circles. But there's this theory that when we feel safe, we socially engage because actually it's part of our survival instinct. We're safer in a group. And really it's evolved from when we were children, we're self-reliant, we're not self-reliant yet, we're relying on others. So we need others and we need to bond. And so it came from that idea, and it's developed as we're adults, we're safer in groups, we're in tribes. And so actually when we're feeling kind of stressed and anxious, although there's something in us that wants to draw inwards, we've not got that energy, it's really helpful to find just a little bit, wee snippets of social engagement to help us feel safer, to help us feel connected with the outside world. Because often we feel quite disconnected, we're in our mind, that ruminating brains, barking dog, can't hear so much. But actually, if we can have snippets of feeling connected to something bigger, find that spaciousness around us, it can be really, really helpful. So it's that idea of actually engaging can be safe. Now, I'm not saying every night get out there partying or meeting people and chatting, because that also can be exhausting. But even things for me like walking past someone in the street and saying hiya, talking to my neighbour next door, just a 5 minute, really nothing that makes me feel vulnerable, or later on I'll be like, oh, what did I say? Even talking to someone in Tesco, like I found a wee chat with someone in Tesco, like the cashier. For some reason I leave feeling a little bit lighter because I've engaged with someone else. So it's all those little things can be really helpful when sometimes we just want to find our dark cave, but maybe that might not always be the most helpful response. Sometimes it will. So it's just knowing that there's those things out there to help us think about that. But sometimes we need to create space to do that. And so today we're going to think about that, creating space in our bodies, space in our breath, space in our mind, what our mind might do with that space. So we're going to explore that a little bit. So again, we're grounding though, feeling that ground underneath our feet. And we're going to do, our breath work is going to be our ocean breath. With the option, if you're feeling quite confident with your ocean breath, you could bring that into your inhale as well. So just that really soft ha sound at the back of your throat. You can even take your fingertips to your throat when you're doing it, just to feel the breath coming from the back of the throat. So we're going to inhale and exhale with our ocean breath. If it feels okay, do what's right for you today. And we're going to notice the pause at the end of the exhale. There's a natural space before we turn back into that inhale when we're breathing. Inhale, exhale, pause. We're not holding anything, we're just noticing the pause before we come back to our inhale and our exhale. So we're going to try that throughout our practice today. So let's find our comfortable seat. So maybe finding those sit bones on the chair, the feet pressing down into the ground. Now if you're quite tall, you might not need the blocks. So work out what works for you. Remember, we can't feel what's in each other's, we don't know what's happening for each other. So really work with your own body today. Check in, shoulders drawn down the back. Maybe the hands are on the thighs or in a comfortable place for you. We can close our eyes or we can gaze downwards. Just as we start to notice what's our energy levels like today, what's happening in the body for us. Just noticing where we land. And we're not judging, we're just curious, checking in. Maybe bringing in a awareness to our breath. What's it like to breathe in our body today? Is there any tension? Is it coming with ease? And this isn't to put judgment on the breath or what's happening in the body, it's just to notice. So just noticing with interest. And then we can start to bring some intention to our breath. So if we can, we're going to breathe in and out through the nose. But you know these are all suggestions and you do what's right for your body today. So just gently noticing that inhale and exhale through the nose. And when you feel ready, we can bring that ocean breath, that soft, ha sound at the back of the throat. You're visualising that nose as if you're breathing in and out from the throat. Now I'm going to do the ocean breath louder, but that's just to cue you as a breath. You want your ocean breath to be really soft and subtle. And when you feel comfortable there, I want you to start to notice the pause after your exhale. Inhale, exhale, pause. Inhale, exhale, pause. So every breath is an opportunity to find some space. That's on our inhale, that spaciousness for our lungs as we inhale, the belly rising. Exhale, the belly drawing gently towards the spine as we create space for the abdominal muscles, the abdominal organs. Inhaling, creating space for the lungs, and exhaling, gently drawing back. Inhaling, exhaling, pause. Lovely. Now our intention, and this is all just about trying, is to keep that breath going as we find our movement practice. And that might be more tricky as we move. And just noticing that, noticing where the breath is as we move, and how that affects our breath. Lovely, so we can gently open our gaze or keep eyes downcast if you wish, and feel your feet on the ground, on your blocks, crown of the head reaching up, and really feel that spaciousness we can create. As the crown of the head reaches up, the sit bones draw down, space between each of our vertebrae. Lovely, but we're still keeping a softness. It's all about finding that balance. So let's bring our palms together. On our inhale, opening our palms, creating space in the front of the body, shoulder blades joined together. Exhaling, ocean breath. Pause. Inhaling, ocean breath. Exhaling, ocean breath. Pause. So doing this movement with your own breath, your own range of motion. Might be different than it felt last week. And gently shoulders drawing down, create space between the shoulders and the ears. Often we can have lots of tension in our shoulder. Lovely. The next time we exhale and pause. We're going to release the hands down by the side. No rush, and as we inhale, palms will reach up. So creating that space in the side body. And then exhaling, sweeping the hands down, shoulders gently drawn away from the ears, and pause. Inhaling when you're ready. Exhaling. Noticing your pause. Inhaling, just finding your own movement. As you find space, the sit bones are still drawing down into the chair. Crown of the head still reaching up. Let's take one more. Exhaling, ocean breath. And then pause. Lovely, we're going to find our shoulders. So taking that space away between the ears and the shoulders, and then we're exhaling, releasing the shoulders down and creating that space. Inhaling. Exhaling, release. Inhaling up. Exhaling, ocean breath. And pause. Noticing your pause and the breath as the exhale turns into the inhale. Lovely, and then you can go the other way for one breath. Awesome. Now you can shake it out. Lovely. And taking our fingertips to our shoulders, we're going to circle in the elbows. You can really think about creating space in the shoulder joint. So with each rotation, getting a little bit more space, maybe a little bit more motion. Inhaling, ocean breath. Exhaling, ocean breath. And pause. Now we can change direction when we're ready. Lovely, and then we can gently release and shake it off. We're going to find our side shift, so gently dropping down the left hand. We're going to inhale, reach up, find that space in the side body, and then exhale, release, and pause. And just noticing that lengthening, that space, opening, inhaling back to centre, exhaling, gently releasing, slowly exhaling, and pause. Opposite side. And just moving with your own breath. We create space in the side body. Coming back up on our inhale and exhale. Slow ocean breath and pause. Other side. Inhale, ocean breath. Exhale, ocean breath and pause. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale, release. And hopefully the movements become a little bit more familiar each week. And so you can really bring your focus to your breath. Lovely. And then release. Again, shaking out anything that needs a little shake. And then we're going to do our work with our neck lengthening. So bring our chin towards our chest on our exhale. Slow exhale. Ocean breath and pause. And we're going to pause here. And I want you to notice that sensation from the top of the neck. Maybe you notice it all the way down to the lower back. And that space that we can create at the back of the neck. And then we're going to inhale on our breath, lifting the head. And then we're going to drop the right ear to the right shoulder. side of the neck. Breathing towards that sensation. The shoulders are gently drawn down. Breathing towards the opening in the side of the neck. Still pressing our feet down into the ground. We've still got the ground underneath the body. And on your inhale, really slowly coming back to center, ocean breath. And exhaling to the other side. Inhaling ocean breath. Exhale ocean breath. And pause. Finding that opening on the right side of the neck. Lovely. On your inhale, coming back to center. Maybe giving your neck a little rub, your shoulders. Anything that needs a little bit of support, a bit of spaciousness. And we're going to come down to the floor. So we'll move our chairs into a space that we won't we can take our blanket to the ground, underneath our head. You can have lots if you wish. Just coming down to the mat and re-establishing that sense of ground underneath your body. Underneath the feet, the lower back, the shoulders. And notice also the areas that there is a space. The areas which are grounding, the areas where there's some spaciousness. Our chin is coming towards our chest. So we've got that nice length in the neck, supported by the blanket. Lovely. And then we're going to extend our legs, lengthening our legs. And on our inhale, we're going to lift our arms up and over, reaching the fingertips away, heels coming towards the bottom of the mat. We're really active here. Really feeling that length, that space from the fingertips to the heels. And on our exhale, we release our hands down by the side and we soften. Notice your pose. And then on your inhale, lifting the arms up and over. Activating, tensing, contracting the muscles. And then exhale, soften and release. Lovely. And again, inhale, lifting, reaching, creating length in the body. And then exhale, soften. Creating a different sort of space as the muscles release. And then one more time, let's inhale, reach your fingertips up, heels away. We're going to pause here. Activated, tensing, reaching, still noticing our inhale and our exhale and that pause. One more breath, if you wish, knowing you have permission to come out at any time. And then exhale, soften and release, bringing the arms back down by the side. Lovely, drawing one knee in and then the other. Just taking a walk from side to side or circling into the lower back. Lovely, back massage to counter the activation of the movement. And then we'll come back to centre. And we're going to take our hip circles. So we're going to take our knees away from each other on our inhale and then circle back, exhale and pause. And just notice what it feels like to slow the movement down with our breath. Where does the mind go in that stillness?
as we're creating space in the hip joint with each movement. Wherever we can change direction when we feel ready. Inhale, exhale, pause. Just bringing the mind back to the breath. Lovely. And then we're going to take our feet to the floor. Take our arms out to the side. Lovely. So creating lots of space between the fingertips as we drop our knees from side to side. Maybe finding that lengthening diagonally across the body, the mid-spine. And we can take our gaze in the opposite direction. We can pause on one side if we wish. We're working into something that needs a little bit more support. We can experiment with having our feet together, our feet further apart, and noticing the difference that creates in the body. One helps you find more space than the other. Lovely. And then we'll slowly come back to centre, bringing the feet to the ground, releasing our arms down by the side, just noticing, feeling that ground again underneath the body. And then we're going to draw that right knee in, into our hands and take them around the shin. And on our exhale, we'll draw the knee towards the chest. And on our inhale, we'll create space, drawing the knee away, lengthening in the arms. And then exhale, drawing in. So moving with your own breath. Exhale, we're drawing the knee in, reducing the space. And on the inhale, we're creating that space between the knee and the body. We're lengthening in the arms, checking in if we're getting any tension in the face and the jaw. Just trying to soften with your exhale. Pause. Inhale, ocean breath. Exhale, ocean breath. Hold. Lovely, let's take one more. Lovely. And then release. Just notice if there's any difference between the sides. Before moving on to the left side. Drawing that left knee in. Exhaling. And on your inhale, creating that space on the left side. Lovely. So working into that hip flexor. Exhaling, drawing in and pause. Inhale, we're extending and creating space. Lovely, let's take one more. Inhale, ocean breath. Exhale, ocean breath. And pause. Lovely, releasing the legs. Take a moment. And then draw one knee and the other, circling or moving from side to side. A little back massage. Lovely. And then let's release the feet down. The hands down by the floor, and we're going to take our cross crawlers. So we're going to inhale, lift the right arm and the left leg. And then exhale, release and come to the other side. Pause. Inhale, ocean breath. Exhale, ocean breath. Pause. So moving with our own breath, our own range of motion. The legs that's not lifted, you can have a foot on the floor or you could lengthen the leg. Just checking in what that feels like for you and that the lower back feels okay. Find the movement that's going to be most beneficial for you. It's going to support the body. Lovely. Inhale an ocean breath. Exhale, ocean breath. Pause. Let's take one more on each side. And as we move in this repetition of the movement, you might be able to widen that range of motion, and we might find more space in the body. Lovely. And then pause. Just take a moment to establish that grounding with the mat. And then we're going to release the blanket from our head as we come into our bridge-like shape. As you bring the hands to the floor, pressing the feet into the mat, we're going to inhale, lift the hips as we inhale. And gently as we exhale, release and slowly exhale, ocean breath, and pause. Lovely. Pressing into the hands, into the feet. Grounding down into the mat, helping us create space as we lift. Spaciousness in the front body, and as we exhale, gently release into the mat. Pause. So moving with your breath, inhaling, lifting, exhaling, releasing back to the ground. Inhaling, ocean breath. Exhaling, ocean breath. Pause. Inhaling, creating space in the front body, hip flexors, and exhaling, releasing, softening, finding that pause. The next time you lift up on your inhale, option to pause here, taking a few breaths. You might notice a lifting quality in that, meaning that the heart rate might lift. You might find it more challenging to breathe here. So bringing that focus to the breath, ocean breathing, pause. And you feel ready on your exhale, gently releasing all the way down to the mat. Pause. And then drawing one knee in and the other, just counter shape for our bridge pose. So just one more movement while we're on the mat. We'll release our feet to the ground, and we're going to take our reclined pigeon. So we can drop that right knee out to the side, or we can bring the right ankle to the left thigh. So you're just working where you're at today. There should be no pain in the knee. We're flexing the right toe, so they're drawn towards the shin. And if you feel really comfortable there, you could always lift the left leg off the floor, and draw it towards you. But just do what's right for you today. Breathing to the opening in the hip. Inhaling, ocean breath. Exhale, ocean breath. And pause. Lovely. And then drawing that right knee towards the chest. And then gently releasing it to the ground. Lovely. Just notice if there's any difference between sides. And then coming to the left side. So it might be dropping the left knee out to the side, or the right foot's anchored to the mat, or we're bringing that left ankle to the right thigh. And notice with interest the difference. One side of our body might feel quite a lot tighter You might not feel that there's as much opening or space in that part of the body. So just noticing with interest. We're not getting too involved in the why or the what, we're just noticing. Again, you lift up off the foot if that feels good for you. But every practice will be different, so come to it afresh. Inhaling ocean breath. Exhale ocean breath. Pause. Lovely. Now we're going to gently draw that left knee in towards the chest. And then we'll release it to the floor. So we're going to come up to our tabletop position. So you could rock and roll. So that's taking your hands behind the thigh and walking the length of the vertebrae. Or you can come onto one side and push it. Just finding your weight. As we come into our tabletop, you might want to have your blanket underneath your knees. So our yoga practice is a great way to show ourselves some self-kindness, compassion, looking after ourselves. If we look after ourselves, we're much more able to support others. So coming into our tabletop, shoulders above the wrists, or maybe the wrists are slightly forward if there's anything going on with the wrists. I'm going to find our cat-cow. So we're going to inhale, lift our gaze, soften the belly, and then exhale, chin to chest, and we're going to notice that space between each of the vertebrae as we come into our cat. Inhale, soften in the elbows, lift the gaze, so create space in the front body, and on our exhale, creating space in the back body. So moving between the two movements. With your own breath, inhale, ocean breath. Exhale, ocean breath. Noticing the pause. We're not holding anything, we're just noticing as the exhale pauses slightly to come into the inhale. Lovely. And when you're ready, we'll come back to centre. Lovely. And we're going to come down to the mat. So just gently releasing down to the floor as we find our sphinx-like position. So we slide our forearms forward. And again, remember we can have our elbows slightly in. We can have them slightly forward if there's any pinching in that lower back. And we're sending that lower back towards the heels if there's any pinching. Lovely. And on our inhale, we're going to be lifting, gazing forward and creating space in the front of the body. And on our exhale, we're going to gently release. And pull. Inhale, pressing into the arms, the tops of the feet. It's almost like the elbows are drawing back there, open up the chest. And exhale, release. Flowing with your breath. Inhale, ocean breath. Exhale, ocean breath. Hold. So finding your breath and noticing it might have a lifting quality, this movement, because we're moving into all the sympathetic nerves in the back of the body. So it's natural for the breath, and it feel a little bit more challenging here. The next time you come up on your inhale, you'll pause and take a breath. Lovely. And on your exhale, we'll release, come down, bringing a little pillow for our forehead, and maybe rocking the forehead from side to side. Still breathing. Noticing the touch of the ground underneath. the front of the body, any areas of spaciousness. And then we can come back into that sphinx-like shape. Or our second option is making our full post arms or cactus arms. And on our inhale, we will lift the arms, we lift the chest. Soft gaze forward and exhale, release. And pause. Inhale, lift, pressing into the tops of the feet, the belly still grounded down on the mat. Exhale, pause. So form with your breath. Know that we can change the movement at any time. We can come down to rest. Inhale, ocean breath. Exhale, ocean breath. Pause. Begin one more wherever you are. And then making a little pillow with the hands. And again, option to rock the forehead from side to side. Inhale, ocean breath. Exhale, ocean breath. And pause. Lovely. So from here we're going to slide our arms down by our side, press into hand, roll over our knees and come back to that tabletop position. So you can stay here or option, well actually there's two options. You could come from here to our child's pose, or you can come from your tabletop and tuck your toes and hips up and back and come into down dog. So it really just depends how you're feeling today. So on your inhale, we're dropping the knees. And on the exhale, we're lifting our hips up and back and finding that down dog or child's pose. And just what you need to do, you can finish the movement. You can try something and realise that's not what's happening for me today. Inhaling ocean breath, we're in our tabletop. Exhale, ocean breath. And pause. Inhale, exhale, ocean breath. And pause. Just doing as many as we would. And if you're with me, we'll take one more. Lovely. Take a breath on our tabletop. And then we're going to come back to our down dog. This is just to help us transition to our standing. And then we're going to gaze forward, come up onto our toes, and we're going to walk towards those hands. Just until we can. And then we're going to come up to standing. Lovely. So shake it off. So I'm going to find a little rub, that might need a little rub. As we find our feet, as we come to stand down. So really thinking about that strong mountain pose, stable, strong. Our feet are on the ground. The ground's totally got us. Pressing down, grounding down to rise up and feel that space in the spine. Shoulders gently drop from the ears. So the more we ground, the higher we can rise. Lovely. Finding our breath as we come to standing. Inhaling, ocean breath. Exhale, ocean breath. And pause. Lovely. So the next time we inhale, we're going to lift our heels, just checking in with our balance today. Oh, I haven't got any. And then exhale, release. So just checking where you are. I wouldn't look at me, find something, something steady. I'm a bit unsteady today.
which is very interesting actually. So exhale down. And then we can also try inhaling and lifting our toes and exhale release. So we can go between the two, inhaling, lifting the heels, exhale release, inhale, lift the toes, exhale. So we're still noticing that pose. You need to notice, maybe it's a bit more tricky to notice the breath as we're coming into our balance. Lovely. And then we'll release. And shake off the wrist. Maybe just give them a little rub, open on the wrist. Any little movements we need as we move into our sun salutation. So really find that ground underneath the feet, releasing the shoulders slowly. And then exhale, we'll bring our palms together. Inhale, opening, create space in that front body. Exhale, fold, bringing the hands to anywhere on the leg. Forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, so pressing the hands, activate the legs. You could have that cup of tea on the back, nice and steady. Exhale, fold. Pause. Inhale, pressing into the feet to rise up. Cactus arms. Exhale, palms together. Pause. Inhale, reaching the arms up. Exhale, finding that side stretch. Pause. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, hands roll down through center. Pause. Inhale, reaching up. Opposite side. Find that space in the side body. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, hands down through center. Lovely. Inhale, opening the chest. Exhale, soften and fold. Pause. Inhale, halfway lift your version. Active on our inhale. Exhale, soften. And pause. Pressing into the feet. Inhale, rising up, cactus arm. Exhale, palms together. Pause. Inhale, reaching the hands up. Exhale, finding your side stretch. Feet still grounding. Pause. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, hands down through center. Pause. Inhale, reaching. Exhale, opposite side. Find that spaciousness. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, palms down through center. Now, if you feel familiar with this movement, moving with your breath. Inhale, palms open. Exhale, fold. Holding on your breath. And pause. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, soften, forward fold. Inhale, pressing into the feet to rise. Ocean breath. Exhale, palms together. Ocean breath, pause. Inhale, reaching the arm. Exhale, coming to one side. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, ocean breath, pause. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale, opposite side. Inhale, ocean breath. Exhale, ocean breath, pause. Let's do one more. Inhale. Find that space in the front body. Exhale, fold. That full length of the back body, lengthening. Inhale, press into the feet, activate, halfway lift. Grab ahead, reach forward. Exhale, soften. Pause. Inhale, pressing into the feet to rise up, opening the chest. Exhale, palms together. Inhale, reaching the arms up.
exhale, finding one side. Exhale, ocean breath, pause. Inhale back to center. Exhale. Pause. Inhale, reaching. Exhale, opposite side. Inhale, coming back to center. Exhale, pause. Just take a breath here. Noticing the effects of the practice. Checking in with the heart rate, the breath. And then coming back to the feet. Feeling on the ground. Lovely. We're going to find our warriors. So we're going to have that right foot's going to be forward, our left foot's going to be back. And we want to make sure we've got enough space that we feel nice and balanced. Our hips are gazing forward. I'm going to have a bend on the inhale with our arms open, find our cactus. And on the exhale, we'll bring our palms together and come onto that back foot. So inhale, bending to that foot, finding that. And exhale, finding that length in the legs, that space. Lovely, as we exhale, pause. Inhale, ocean breath. Exhale, ocean breath, and pause. Lovely, moving with your own breath. And noticing if you need to make any adjustments, and you can do so at any time. If we're feeling a bit wobbly, what can we do to support ourselves? It might be gently drawing in that lower belly, it might be widening that stance. So working with your body, noticing. Lovely. Take one more on this side. Awesome. And then letting go. Bringing the feet back together. Just check in, notice any difference between the sides. And then we'll come the left foot forward, right foot back. Toes about 45 degrees, but no more. Lovely, our hips drawn forward. On our inhale, having that bend in the front knee. Really want to be working into those muscles of the leg. And exhale, palms together, coming up on the toe. Lovely. Inhale, ocean breath. Exhale, ocean breath. Pause. So that familiarity with the movement, that still us to focus on the breath, making the practice much more about a movement meditation, mindfulness. As we flow with the breath. No breath, no movement. Let's take one more. Lovely, releasing. Coming back. Noticing the ground. And when we have permission to do less or more, it's all just about how we're feeling today in our bodies and in our minds. So we're going to find our warrior two. So the right toes are going to be facing the short edge of the mat, and the left toes the longer edge, or about 45 feet again. Slightly more drawn inwards, and we're finding that bend in the front knee as we extend our arms. So this is going to be our inhale, and our exhale, we're lengthening that front leg and drawing the palms together. Lovely. Inhale, reach. So really create space between the fingertips. Lovely. Exhale, we're lengthening and finding space in that front leg. Exhaling, ocean breath. Pause. Inhaling, ocean breath. Exhaling, ocean breath. Pause.
checking in that we've got space between the shoulders and the ears as naturally the night start to rise up. Lovely. We'll take you one more wherever you are on your side. Inhale. Exhale, ocean breath. And hold. Lovely. And then we'll turn the toes. The right toes face the long edge of the mat. The left toes face the back of our spine. We're bending into that front knee on our inhale and extending our arms. Creating lots of space in the body, trying the head still reaching up. And on our exhale, lengthening that front leg and palms together. Lovely. Inhale, ocean breath. Exhale, ocean breath. Oh, lovely. And just finding your movement, flowing with your breath, your movement. What feels right in your body today? Comparison is the killer of joy. All of us will be different and have different needs in any given day. Exhaling, ocean breath, pause. Inhale, create space between the fingertips, shoulders away from the ears. Lovely, we'll take one more. Awesome. And then gently bring the feet back together. Finding the ground and noticing any effects of the practice on our breath, our body. Lovely. Just got two more things we're going to do in standing. So we're going to find our chair. So again, find that steady base of support in your feet. You can lift the toes and spread them out. Really feel that ground underneath the feet. As we bend into our knees, our hips go back. And we inhale, we can bring our hands together, we can reach our hands up in front of us. Just noticing the difference actually, depending on what we do with our arms. So find what you need so that you come to pause. Maybe you start to notice that sensation. Inhale, ocean breath. Exhale, ocean breath. Pause. One more, if you wish, you can come out any time. Inhale, ocean breath. Exhale, ocean breath. Pause. On your inhale, you press into your feet to rise up. Release the hands. Maybe give your legs a little rub or a little shake off. The legs contract just a little bit in that. But that's them working, they're releasing that cortisol, so it's a really supportive posture. So we're going to find our heron. We can have our chair for balance, or we can use the lovely wall. And we're going to inhale, lift the right leg, and lift the arm. Exhale, release, and then come on to the other side. Or you can do one side at a time if you wish, if we're using the wall. Exhale, release. So finding your flow, inhaling up, exhaling down, and pause. Feel ocean breath and lovely. And as you press down into the foot and the crown of the head reaches up, we're creating all that space to help find that movement. You can switch sides when you're ready. Inhale, ocean breath. Exhale, ocean breath. Hold. Lovely. One more on this side. Awesome. Release on the shoulders or anywhere you want to go. Do more if you wish. You know that you can carry on. If something's working for you, you can stay there as we move on. Lovely. So from here, we're going to get our chair back as we come to have our legs on the chair. We can have our blanket underneath our head. And if you want, you can try to have a little block underneath your lower back. That feels like something you want to try. Come down. So if you're home, you can use a book or a couple of blankets. I'm just going to lift the hips up to find a place for that block. And I can come in and have the chair. So this is where we want to have that support of the calves and chairs. And put your toes through. Open. Yeah. Oh, you got the shiny. There. Don't just be a blanket up there around your head. Blanket. You're welcome. That's better. So really take the time to make yourself as comfortable as possible. And reconnecting with the ground as we come to our legs on the chair. Legs on the sofa if you're at home. And just noticing and releasing into the block or the ground for the lower back. Resting the feet after the work we were doing and standing, all those standing postures, finding some relief for the legs, allowing the flow of blood and lymphatic fluid from the toes back to where it needs to go. And we're still breathing, inhaling ocean breath. Exhaling ocean breath and pause. Inhaling ocean breath, exhaling ocean breath. And pause. Knowing that if this is not a comfortable place to be, we can change it. We can move. It's all about having that time to get to know what's right for our body, trying things, experimenting. Allowing ourselves to change and move as we need to and as is right for our body. So we have permission to do what we need to do within our practice. We'll take one more round of breath here before we start to transition into our rest. Our relaxation. So you have options. You could stay here. You could come to sit on your chair if you prefer. Or you can come to lying down. And I can help move some chairs. As we come into a resting relaxation, you can draw your knees in towards your chest. If you'd like to change position. You can take any movement that might help you or feel beneficial as you come to rest. If you want bolsters or more blankets, doing so. If you want to get cozies on. So really indulge in some self-care here as we come to our relaxation.
We can lie on our back or our front or on the side. You could sit up for our relaxation. We can be wherever we want to be. So come in to find the ground underneath the body. Contact points of the ground, allowing us to be held, supported, as we come to rest. Noticing the contact points of the body, the heels, the calves, the thighs, the back. Noticing the areas that are grounded and the areas that have some spaciousness, that natural curvature of the spine, the shoulders, the arms, supported by the ground or the body, the back of the head. Whole of the body supported by the ground. And today in our relaxation, our mindful practice, as we come to rest, we're going to look at visualization. So we don't need to have a clear image in the mind. It might just be, it evokes a sensation, a sense, a flash of an image. First, let's think about our breath. Just noticing our inhale and our exhale and how it flows through the body. And on our exhale, let's start to concentrate on feeling heavy. So as we exhale, we're sinking into the mat, supported by the ground, so that each muscle can feel like it's melting into the mat, softening, releasing, letting go of any tension as we exhale. And on our inhale, we're going to concentrate our focus on feeling light, airy. You might even experience a kind of feeling of lifting, almost like a feather floating effortlessly on our inhale, finding that lightness. And on our exhale, we're feeling heavy and supported, completely grounded. So the two working together. Inhale, gently lifting. Exhale, gently grounding. And then if we wish, and it resonates with us, we're going to imagine we are in a clearing. We see a mountain ahead. The air is fresh. You start to walk towards the mountain. And as you gaze up towards it, you feel uncertain.
unsure if you can make it. You pause and you breathe. You feel the stability of the ground underneath your feet. You start to walk along the path up to the mountain. You feel the sensation of effort within the legs, but you feel strong, stable. You feel capable. You use your breath, noticing the space between the inhale and the exhale. A small pause to rest between the wave of movement. You take one step at a time. One step at a time. It becomes a meditative movement, moving with your breath, inhaling, exhaling, a small pause to rest. You come towards a plateau and you see a steep incline to the top. You feel tired, you notice the sensation in the legs, but you feel able and motivated to keep moving forward. Resting for a moment, you take comfort in the pause and the space to breathe. The cool breeze on your face is refreshing and re-energizing. You start to climb to the top of the mountain, feeling each step, feeling the effort in your muscles, but feeling able to be with the discomfort. You send your breath to the tension. You reach the top. The view is vast. You turn in all directions, feeling the spaciousness, feeling free. You gently close your eyes, feeling the air on your skin. You open your arms and you feel a lightness. You float towards the sky. You gaze down to see the expansiveness of the land below you. There is a wild harshness to the land, but the mountain is stable, unmoving among the enduring nature of the land. You feel a great sense of peace and contentment. You feel light, but completely supported. You pause to notice your breath. You start to bring your mind back to that connection with the floor, still feeling that lightness, that spaciousness, and the stability of the ground. You come to a sense of knowing whenever we might feel overwhelmed or suffocated by our stress or anxiety, there is a spaciousness within us. There is a spaciousness that is always there that we can find in the body, the breath, and the mind. Between stimulus and response, there is space. In that space is our power to choose our response. In our response lies our growth and our freedom. gently start to come back to our external experience. Noticing the sounds coming towards you. Maybe noticing the light coming through your closed eyelids. Noticing the touch of the ground underneath your body, the touch of the clothes on your skin. Maybe we start to find a little bit of movement in our fingers and our toes. Just starting to reawaken the body. Using our body intelligence to find movement that would feel right for us. Maybe it's expanding and lifting our arms up and over. Maybe it's a drawing inwards, knees towards the chest. So just finding what's right for us. Slowly coming back to our external experience. And when we feel ready, and there is no rush, we're slowly coming back to a seated position. That might be sitting on the floor, it might be sitting on our chair. But we're not rushing, we're really moving gently into our transition. Rest to seated, and we're just taking a moment to come back to our breath practice. That will be our practice for the week, if we can find those moments. So just noticing our natural breath, our inhale and our exhale. And then if we can, breathing in and out through the nose. Finding our ocean breath. Inhaling ocean breath. Exhaling ocean breath. Noticing the pause. Inhaling ocean breath. Exhale ocean breath. And pause. And even just finding a few rounds of this breath, a few times a day, and just noticing the effects. You can do it standing, sitting in a chair, waiting for the kettle to boil. Inhale ocean breath. Exhale ocean breath. And pause. Lovely, letting go of the breath practice when you're ready. Just noticing your natural inhale and exhale. Taking this opportunity just to pause and notice how you feel following your practice. That interested, curious witness to your experience in this present moment. Mind, body and breath. No judgment. And then we can bring our palms together. Thumbs to sternum, sternum to thumbs as we inhale together. Exhale. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Peace within us, peace between us, peace all around us.
You have a moment of gratitude that you came to your practice today. I centered gratitude for you coming to your practice today. As we gently come back to you. Thanks everyone.
Thank you.
You're welcome.